Oh, hello and welcome back to Crash Games. Seems like my recording software wasn't working properly, and so I ended up doing some stuff without the camera on. So I just got it going, and just to kind of get you guys up to speed, what happened is I saw a sky factory flying overhead, and I figured I'd take it down. So I managed to get inside, take out the two turrets that were inside the sky factory, and ended up with what you see here. It's on the ground. Fortunately, these things, when you kill the power, there's parachutes on them. As long as you reduce the power enough so that they'll drop out of the sky. The trick is you got to approach them from the back here, because this is the only place where there's no turrets. And then these rocket launchers are only made to shoot at ships, so if you approach as in your flight suit, you'll be able to get in that way. However, once you get this first door ground down, on either side there are turrets, and that'll allow you access to these first two reactors. The next two reactors are further in the ship, where there's a right there, and there's a turret on a remote control block right here. So you kind of have to figure out a way around that. I went ahead and took care of all those, ground down some stuff to get enough components to build a flight seat, and then ground out, basically when it started falling, I went ahead and did that. So I went through and I've taken out the turrets that are left over that are in here so far. So I don't think there's any turrets left that are going to shoot at me, at least on this side of the ship. We're going to have to check underneath though, so I'm going to dump some of this stuff in the cargo container here and go check underneath the ship before I put power back on her. So I don't want any, basically grinding down all turrets because I don't want any shooting at me. Looks like all those are damaged enough. I think I dropped some components on the ground up here and around here, but up there. There we go. So alright. Wouldn't be able to fix them even if I wanted to. Okay. That's good to know. I'll park my ship near some gold, which is really going to be really handy. This is going to take a while to tear down. So we're going to go ahead and take that. Basically, we got to go through and hack each of the items on the ship. Now, the ideal way to do this is I installed a build and repair system, which is a mod that you can get off the mod community. Very good mod. I'd highly recommend it in your games, especially if you're playing solo, like I am. And it can be used to grind down and hack ships, even though you got to be really close, more than within gun range, because most NPC ships' default gun range is about 600 meters. And you have to be within, I believe, 75 meters for the large ones and 25 meters for the small ones. Alright, well, let's go ahead and go back and get our components for the reactors and put those back together. So go. Computers. We can take this apart. I'll give us back the computers for the for these. More steel plates. And we should have enough to lift the ship off the ground. Oop, I forgot about that hole. Let's plug that back up too with a temporary block there. Alright, we got enough we can lift off the ground again and straighten ourselves out and fly this over to the ice lake. That's ultimately where I want to put it. And after we drop this off at the ice lake, we'll go ahead and go pick up Elf. So, as you can tell, there's quite a few different NPC things around here now. And that's what kind of concerns me, is we're going to have to arm up. So I did find some silicone magazines human eyes while off camera, but I thought my camera was working, so we'll have to find out what we need so we can build guns so we can actually arm ourselves and take these installations out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this at the base of the mountain, and then we'll start tearing it apart, taking her down. So, make her into a proper, not sure if I want to make it into a proper base or if I want to tear it down and make something else out of it. So, start slowing down here. Maybe what I'll do is I'll make a couple of merge blocks. Actually, I could take a couple of merge blocks off the back there and make a small station out of this on the lower base here, and then move everything down here. That'd be the way to go, dude. Glad you guys thought of that. think right here will be a good spot. Then we can build a rover to actually move around on here. Okay, do I have the capability to build a merge block is the question. I do. Alright. We're golden then. So what I'm gonna do here is we're gonna go ahead and take one of these off here and put it, oh, let's see here. I think right here would be good. Pick up any missiles that fall out. Oh, disappear. Darn it. Went into the ground. I hate it when that happens. Alright. Do a merge block here. And then here we'll do a couple of regular blocks. Okay, that should work. We'll do another merge block here facing the other way. And we'll make this a permanent station. Need 2 large steel tubes. There we go. We need. Alright. The trick is to line these up and get the ship on here. And then we can shut her down. And we'll turn her into a proper base. Then we can go pick up Alf and bring her back. There we go. It is now a base, so what we can do is these, turn them off. Okay, because we don't need any of those. So there we are. We got ourselves a, as we were talking about before, a lower area base. Right now it's running on uranium, which is okay for now, but not the. We don't have a way to replenish the power source on this, so we're going to have to add in batteries and things of that nature. So what I want to do is I'm going to take this off, and I think we can build these back up. There's a small cargo here originally, so I'll put that back in. Alright. There's that. The good thing about merge blocks is if we kill the power on this thing, which is what I'm going to do, so it doesn't drain all our uranium, it'll allow for that to be, until we get an alternate power source, it'll make good for that. Okay, so what do we need for guns? Because we have need for guns now. Need to build a proper assembler and some modules. Okay. Now before we do that, let's go ahead and get a. I'm going to set up a ramp system to get us up. Alright, there we go. We can now walk up into it. Alright, I'm going to drop this stuff off in here. And I think they got a transport courier there, so we're going to see if we can take that down as well. So that is actually pretty close. Now don't fool yourself into thinking these are easy to take down. They're really not. It's just, you gotta kind of, it's a struggle every time. If you land too close to one of those installations, it's going to be a serious issue because some of those respawn drones and stuff, so. And those are usually very heavily armed. Yep, there's guns. Ah, see what I mean? That's how quickly you can die. So he's got guns on the top and bottom, so we're probably not going to get close enough for that one. Let's make a couple more hydrogen bottles. Alright, so what we're going to do is, I think, is we're going to go ahead and take that build and repair system and put it down on our ship down there. And then we're going to also okay, and alright, that should get us what we need. Oh man, there's a fueling station there too. Wow, we're just getting surrounded, dude. Alright. Let's see if we can get her body. I mean, that looks pretty close to that, yeah, that's pretty darn close to that, station there. So, may have to just chalk that up as a loss. We're gonna be pretty close. As long as we don't get within 600 meters of that installation, we should be okay. We might be within weapons range. See what happens. If we start getting shot at, we're going to back up really fast. Yep. Doesn't work. So we'll go get our ship and we'll fly back to our new base. Yep, I hit Alpha up in the mountains. And we're going to go back this way. Actually, thinking about it, this may be a good ship for getting into space, so we may want to just airtight it and take it into space, fix it up that way. Alright, well, what I'm going to do is the mixture of atmospheric and hydrogen would allow for that pretty easily, so once we're in space we can look for platinum and uranium. So maybe that's what we'll do, is we'll strip that ship out of what we can and make her space worthy. So we'll leave our Earth base here. There we go. Okay, we're down. Alright. And now that build and repair is fixing up anything that it wasn't complete or has been busted, which is good. But we're going to go ahead, we're going to take this off. I'm almost thinking a complete redesign of Alf here. We'll get rid of that altogether. It's the only thing with build and repair systems is a lot of times they tend to take the components you need for their building purposes. Apparently we need to fix some things. Oh, I see what's going on. Let's turn you off. Oh, I get it. Okay. Now you can use whatever's left over. here. And we're going to take this off too. I'm not going to rely on vector thrust anymore. It's good for when you need a short-term solution for thrusters and things, like if you don't have enough. But we got plenty of stuff for thrusters now, so we shouldn't have a problem putting on traditional side thrust. There we go. Motors. I think scuttlers are heavier combat ships, so I think I'm going to avoid those ones. So, alright, well, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and go. Yep, she's flying much better now that we're not using that vector thrust system. So, what we're going to do is come down here, land next to our new little station, and we're going to build build and repair, set it to hack, and have it grind down and all the components we don't already own. So then we'll start picking pieces to pull off. That way, if we can't reach a component, we don't have to take out something else to fix to reach it. So, there we go. All right. Just need a good place to put this build and repair. I think right there will work for now. I think those are all connected up too, so we'll drop this guy right here. Alright. Oh, let's have thruster. Oh, we got thruster components. Lots of stuff here. So 20 more motors. Alright, so in this case, since we're going to be using this guy for hacking, we're going to go ahead and do a grind only for right now, fly mode. Set the grind color to our standard. Neutral and unknown blocks. We're going to go only hacking. And then push components immediately. 10, so. Then we'll change it to welding later, so. There we go, and toggle on. Now when we go up front and we turn the ship on, it should start hacking away for us. Yep, and there she goes. She's tearing things down that we don't own. So, for the meantime, what we're going to do, we're actually going to build a second layer here to go up on. So we don't have to use our jetpack to get in here. And so this is the way in here. And then what we're going to do is this. We're going to go like that. That. Alright. And like that. There we go, so we can just walk up here now.
Inventory full.
Should be a beacon. He's pretty much going to tear everything on this ship apart, so should be fine for that. Just leave her here to do her work. I can go back down, and voila. So, next order of business is to collect some magnesium and things of that nature. This is basically taking care of the ship for us. So we're going to have lots and lots of assemblers. We're not going to have to worry about that. The issues we're going to run into is going to be really not going to have to worry about other people invading this, so the interior turrets for us are not as important on this design. So we're just going to forgo those altogether. Let's see, we needed to build some modules to be able to build weapons. So we're going to go ahead and go back up to our main base and see if we can build a couple of those. And once we have that, we'll get some magnesium, and I might... Actually, you know what? Before I go back, I'm going to go ahead and go grab some magnesium. Where was it? I think it was that way. Yeah. I don't have much battery. I don't think going to... Flying around to pick up something like that is going to help us right now. So what we'll do is we'll build what we need to up here while this is charging. It's probably going to take a little bit of time to charge, so... As you can tell, without the vector thrust, the ship actually maneuvers a lot better, so... Alright. So the modules that it's saying we should, let's go ahead and put some power reduction first time. This will help. Basically, it'll keep the base running on minimum power, even when, or it'll reduce the power required for these systems to run. And that's a good thing, so. Okay, 20 small steel tubes, 40 construction components. I'm going to turn this off because we're the ones that need to complete this, so. If we don't get the bonus for it, and that's another bad thing about the building repair system, so. Turn you off. Did we unlock it? No, we have not. Oh, we need to build an assembly. That's the trick. Okay. So instead of the... I think it's... Yeah, that's a basic assembler there. So what we need to do is build an actual assembler. Well, having power reduction modules is never a problem anyhow, so we'll put the actual assembler right here. So we need 140 steel plates, 80 construction components, 20 motors. Let's see, 10 metal grids and 100 more computers. Okay, and we got our computers. There we go. Should be able to build this thing. Okay, got that. Alright, so we got that. Now, that should give us the ability to build weapons. We do! Yay! Alright. So, now we're going to want that jump drive that's going to be able to get us to the other planets and stuff. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go down and see how our see, is he still refueling? Yeah, he's still refueling. Gonna have to take this off. Alright, so we'll let that go a little bit longer, and we're going to go down and check out our base down here. And we got plenty of ice right now, so that thing's just having a grand old time down there. Alright, well, let's see here. What has it hacked away? Pretty much looks like everything of importance. Should be able to so we should have a lot of incompletes, but there shouldn't be anything that's showing enemy stuff. Alright. We'll take ownership of this. Now it is our ship, or our base, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to change this to grind only if you get stuck. And sometimes it takes a bit. Easy way to reset everything. Let's do that. There we go. There we go. Okay. What that'll allow us to do is let the ship build up. Now we need to plan how we're going to redesign this so that we can make it space worthy, because we need it to be airtight. And this first requirement, most important requirement, is airtight. We at least need a single airtight cockpit of some kind. I honestly don't like using the flight seats for space travel, because when they're in an environment like this, for some reason they don't seem to take air from the internal environment. We're also going to want some airlocks. We're going to want to set up an airlock. So this area, this could be our airlock area. Let's see what's behind here. It's just a conveyor junction. Let's see what that maintain airtightness. I think so. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, it'll maintain airtightness, so it won't be a problem there. So we can widen this up here, at least when that'll allow us to put things like let's see here, what do we got? We can put in here. Lockers, toilet, armory. That'll be a good spot for an armory. What we can do is the reason I'm stripping a lot of this excess back is just because I like to see the space we have to work with. So that one needs to be there, or something similar to it. That one needs to be there. This doesn't. Alright. To me, it's like it kind of gives us the space for putting in more functional things. So we're going to need a refinery of some kind. Let's see. Because we got plenty of assemblers. I don't think we're going to need as many assemblers. Probably a basic refinery would work. Not the big one, just smaller ones, just to get us up into space. We would have enough to build the refineries and things like that once we get up there, so maybe I shouldn't worry about all that stuff. Of course, once we get up into space, we're going to have an all new set of problems. So. That's what I need to figure out how to put in here is batteries. We need batteries because I don't want to be relying on those. So we need 2 batteries per small reactor. We got 4 small reactors, so we need 8 batteries to keep this thing powered decently. Where are we going to put them is the question. Well, I guess I'll put them along the sides here. So what we're going to do is put one there, one there. Alright. Yeah, 120 power cells times 6. We need 2 more batteries too. Hundred and 40 power cells, probably a good number. We got a board. Alright, well, we need to make more power cells, it looks like. So we need 140, roughly. 134, really, but Whoop, came down a little too fast. That's funny, I went to alright, so let that work, and we're going to go get some magnesium. The whole trick here is I want a nice kind of shallow mining shaft. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Usually I'm doing the right click mining. Let's just clear out the area. I'm just trying to see what we do. Thinking that's what I'm doing. How did that get back there? How much magnesium do we have now? I think we got enough to make a decent amount of ammo and other stuff that may require magnesium. Oh, that's my bottom one. There we are, that's what I was looking for. Was that open? There we go. Okay. And so what we'll do is we'll drop this off, and it looks like I'm coming close to the time that I wanted to record for, so we'll probably be ending the session after I get parked here. So alright. There we go. Oh, we are getting full there. Move as much as we can into here. Alright, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. May need an inventory sorter to kind of keep this stuff cleared out. I think we're going to have to clear out some of that gravel too. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and get this guy laid down. This is one of the new blocks from the decoration pack. Interior plates, steel tubes, bulletproof glass. There we go, we got ourselves a bed now. Alright, well, again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.